Thank you very much, Tom, and thank you to everyone who shared their expertise and their insights with us today. It now falls to me the very complicated, quasi-impossible task of wrapping up and summarizing the very rich discussion that we had this afternoon. And given that I'm now the only person standing between all of you and the weekend, I understand that brevity will be the principal merit of my intervention. But I think I thought it was interesting from someone who comes at this from the public policy side of the equation, that there are some key themes that really run through all of the entire discussion. And the first one is, I think, the urgency not just of the problem, but of communicating the problem. And I think in light of our strong performance in recent years, in the light of the world recession, in light of some of the data, Tom, that you were sharing with us on profits, it's easy to think that all is well. And so I think for decision makers and for political leaders, the first challenge is to convince Canadians that this is a problem and that it needs urgent addressing. I also thought it was useful to make the point that innovation can take many forms and can happen in many ways. And you can have on the one side the challenge of commercialization. How do you take an idea from discovery to market? But useful, I think, as well, when you're thinking about how do you transform the system to enable more innovation, to also think about the modernization of business processes and equipment, infrastructure, etc. Because I think that opens up a much wider array of things that policymakers can do to assist. I thought it was interesting as well that within each sector, there was a general acknowledgement that there are a lot of success stories, we just don't share them. And I think the critical challenge will be not necessarily within each silo of government, business, and academe, but rather the connectors between them. And how do you bring those sectors together? How do you break down those barriers so that each can contribute their own expertise, do their part, and bring us forward? And I also liked the emphasis in the innovative business panel on not just connecting the sectors, but also connecting that conversation to the actual innovators and specifically the SMEs. I think bringing them in to this discussion about what we're supposed to do about all this, I think, is a critical element of success. Next, I think collaboration is definitely an important determinant of future success. I don't think there was a speaker here who didn't in some way touch on the need to connect the players and make sure that there is a coordinated strategy to get us to higher innovative outputs. I think collaboration will allow us to handle the complexity, but also make sure that everybody's contributing according to their expertise. Question in the university panel I thought was very interesting is, are we organized to innovate? Are our structures and processes do they properly equip us to do those things we all want to do? And I think that question is just as relevant to the business sector, and given my background, I would say perhaps also, and more specifically, government. Is our public sector, are our government institutions structured in a way that allows innovation to grow and to foster? And the last point that I would make is really the value of disruption, the value of competition, and creating a culture where it is okay to dare to excel. Excellence is a concept with which we're not always comfortable as Canadians, and I think that's many mention the cultural changes that are required and the evidence of Own the Podium as an example of what's possible. And I think that should remain at the heart of this debate. How do we dare to be excellent? How do we reach higher? And how do we allow those potential global leaders to be winners in their sectors? So in concluding this event, I want to say on behalf of the Institute for Research on Public Policy how absolutely proud and happy we were to be associated with an event of this caliber. I certainly learned a lot and thought it was an incredibly rich discussion. I want to acknowledge the incredible contribution of all of the partners, BMO Financial Group, Policy Options Magazine, Lisa DeWild and the staff at TVO for their partnership in communicating the importance of innovation, which is truly an idea that makes you think, and the Perimeter Institutes, our host. I don't think I could have imagined a better location whose very structures and the very building really speak to how do we organize ourselves to be innovative. So thank you very much to all of them and to all of you for coming in such high numbers and helping us make this forum a great success. And so on that, it is my pleasure to say that this symposium is now officially adjourned.